Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to welcome you on behalf of Indo-German Chamber of Commerce to our webinar today, our dialogue with the government of Maharashtra. And as usually, we have experts in the field. We have Mrs. Devraj, she's Joint Director of Industry, Government of Maharashtra. Then we have Mr. S.G. Rajput, he's the Joint Director of Industry, also Government of Maharashtra, but he's in charge of Kalyan region, Navi Mumbai and Thane, whereas Ms. Devraj, she's in charge of the Mumbai metropolitan region. Then later, Ms. Dr. Anbalangan will join us. He's the CEO of MIDC. And then, of course, as always, we have Dr. Jürgen Mohart, the Consul General of the Federal Republic of Germany in Mumbai, with us. We are now in week number 8 of the lockdown, and it was just announced that it's going to continue another 2 weeks until the end of May. But companies are allowed to operate with certain restrictions, and this is where we have challenges, where we need the support from the authorities. And we had similar dialogues with our member companies in Pune and the authorities there. And now we want to also have that for Mumbai and the greater Mumbai region. And we know that the authorities are supporting us in a major way, even in small things like getting permits, etc., to make sure that the industry can restart operation. And this is very critical, because if the companies do not work, they cannot pay the salaries, or it's difficult to pay the salaries, they cannot keep the industry flowing, and this is what we have to get flowing. We know all the intricacies with regard to health issues, and especially in Mumbai and Pune, those are very challenging, but on the other hand, we also have to make sure that the industry is working, that the machine is working, so to speak. And this is actually nothing different from the rest of the world. I'm in touch with my colleagues all around the globe, and everywhere it is the same. We have to balance the health issues, the protection of health, but we also have to safeguard the economy. And in this process, of course, Indo-German Chamber of Commerce is your partner, and I'm very happy that Dr. Mohart is with us also here today, and I now hand over to him. Jürgen, the floor is yours. Jürgen? Jürgen, at the moment, I cannot hear you. I think, Mrs. Devraj, you have to put on mute, please. Because I think your mic is still on.
No, I have unmuted myself. Is it audible for everyone?
Yes, you're audible. But normally we try to have the mics off when someone is not speaking. And I'm trying to connect to Dr. Mohart because he's first supposed to give his introductory words. So that's why you may perhaps at the moment mute yourself, and then later you can unmute. Dr. Mohart, please. It seems that Dr. Mohart has a problem. Mr. Rajput, are you still
can you hear me now?
in the talk? Yes, now I can hear you. Please, yes, okay. Jürgen, please, now you can go on, please.
So good evening, Bernhard. Good evening, all the participants on the panel tonight. Also, I'd like to welcome the team who is organizing this, as well, of course, the many representatives of German industries. I'm very happy that this is I don't know how many, our weekly joint event that we're organizing together with the chamber. And I'm very happy to have here our partners, long-standing partners also, which are reliable and very supportive partners outside any crisis modes and times, particularly the MIDC and of course the industry department, which was very supportive on all issues for the last years, at least that I have been here for German industries. And it was only with their support of which made the thing happened that Make in Maharashtra, of course, is attracting so many industries. And we are very happy to have you here tonight. And whenever we are calling on you, your doors are open, you agree to come. It shows that there's a different spirit to support industries in India, in this state. And I would also greet now Dr. Anbalagan, who joined now, who is becoming even a closer partner. Before that, we were meeting every 1 or 2 months. Now we're meeting weekly. Good evening, Dr. Anbalagan. MIDC, of course, is hosting or the #1 destination for German industries. But I also like to welcome you, Mr. Rajput and Mrs. Devraj. I understand you are long-term experienced administrators in the area, not only of industries, but also in particular for SMEs or MSMEs, as you call it here. And as Mr. Steinrück already said, in the areas of Thane and Navi Mumbai and this area and Mumbai area as well. Dr. Steinrück didn't say it, but we have more than 300 industries in the area of Mumbai, greater metropolitan area. Of course, many are also in service industries and they're located here in the Mumbai area, which are not so much of concern for today. But we need to understand, of course, what is happening in the areas more rather outside on Thane and Navi Mumbai. But nevertheless, I think we should start. Normally the idea is for all of you that you give the latest update on not only of the restrictions, but the new policies and the new ease of doing business which have been introduced. And then it's utmost important to understand where to get which kind of informations, which kind of support, that our members who are listening and even we from the Chamber and the Consulate know whom to address to. We all know that we have seen a huge progress also in the area here during the last weeks. I don't know, during this self-declaration has been introduced, almost more than 60,000, 65,000 companies have applied for it. Almost 40,000 are operating, and there's almost 100,000, more 1 million people, I understand, are working back to work in Maharashtra, but many issues are still there, as there is this challenge that the policies from the top have to implement it on a district level, because the #1 concern, of course, and the #1 goal for everybody is to contain the pandemic. It means, you know, that containment zones, there can be no compromise, but how to start business around in a micromanagement way. The districts and the governments we have here will be the challenge. Not only has not been the challenge, but also will be the challenge to be with us for the next weeks. Thus, I would like, first of all, I would like to ask Dr. Anbalagan to give a broad overview for the whole situation. Also could be what applies to the whole state of Maharashtra, before we then go down to our experts, Mr. Rajput and Mrs. Devraj, who will talk about and tell us a little bit more what's happening in their districts they're responsible for in the Thane and in the Navi Mumbai area. So Mr. Anbalagan, please also tell us a little bit, as we understand there has been some changes in Pune area briefly. This might be also of interest for our members. And as you know, then normally we are very helpful. Just let us know whom to address to get what information from whom. And I'm very confident that we are looking for the next lockdown first next week, which will bring even more improvement, because for you as well, for the companies, this is work in progress, and we're all learning every week. And we have seen considerable restart of businesses, but still we're looking forward to your answers or your perspective tonight. Thank you very much. Dr. Anbalagan.
Good evening, Mr. Merar and also Dr. Murad. I was actually stuck up in Mantralia, just reached. Just listened to, I think, Mr. Merar's half of the speech and, of course, entire speech. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
I am audible.
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
So that way, like since we had a very good briefing, I think last week also. So I will not get into the details of that. We are also trying to get something for Mumbai in the next order, like which we got it for PCNC area and particularly for export-oriented units. So I was there in Mantralaya for that only almost 3 to 4 hours I was there. So with these initial remarks, I think we will let us start the deliberations, and each and every like whatever like company has an issue. I think Mr. Rajput is there. I think Madam Devraj is also there. We can like try to resolve one by one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anbalagan. So, but could you make a quick comment on further lifting of restrictions so far we have seen in other parts of the state before we start?
Maybe it can be off the record, cannot be on the record. So we are trying to asking for same concession which is being given to PCMC to all the industrial estates within Mumbai Corporation, all the corporations in MMR, without any distinction between essential, non-essential. So we'll see. Hopefully, from morning I was like making efforts for that. Something good should come. Otherwise, as far as MMR is concerned, the portal has municipal corporation and outside municipal corporation. So whatever units are there outside the corporation, even if it is in municipal areas, not the corporation but municipalities like Badlapur, Ambernath, they are also being allowed because the notification says only corporation. So that way we are trying to accommodate maximum units. Maybe in a day or two, I think we should get an order on that for the new guidelines. Hopefully we should get some relaxation.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Rajput. Now the floor is yours.
Yes, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, Raj.
Okay, good evening to all. Thank you, CEO sir. Thank you to all the Indo-German Consulate for giving opportunity for this webinar. First of all, just geographically, I would like to, in the brief, what is the MMR area, Mumbai Metropolitan Region area. Mumbai Metropolitan Region area considers Mumbai district, and apart from the Mumbai district, 3 districts are covering, that is the Thane, Raigad and Palghar. In the Palghar district, Palghar block and Vasai block all completely comes under the MMR area. In the Thane block, Thane, Bhiwandi, Kalyan, Ulhasnagar, Ambernath, these blocks are falls under MMR area. And in the Raigad district, 6 blocks, that is the Panvel, Raigad, Khalapur, Pain, Uran, Karzat, partly, which comes under the Mumbai Metropolitan Region area as per the recent notification of the Urban Development Department via 9 September 2019. According to that, if we'll see for the third lockdown, in the Mumbai Metropolitan Region area, the rightly said by CEO sir, that in the municipal corporation area, again we will see which are the municipal corporation area. In the Palghar, Vasai Municipal Corporation, in the Thane Municipal Corporation, Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation, Bhiwandi Municipal Corporation, Ulhasnagar Municipal Corporation, and Kalyan Dombivli Municipal Corporation. And in Raigad district, Panvel Municipal Corporation. These are the municipal corporation in the MMR area. Apart from this, all areas, all sort of industries are allowed, and accordingly, permissions are issuing in those areas, like we can say in the Bhiwandi. In the apart from the Bhiwandi Municipal Corporation, there are thousands of industries and thousands of warehouses are there. All are permitted and all are also applying for the permissions even though. Secondly, in the Ambernath, in earlier lockdown, Ambernath or MMR area, it was completely means for the essential commodities and supply chain, plus for the this supply chain and continuous processing units. But now it was relaxed. Now for the municipal corporation area, particularly Thane and Navi Mumbai, essential commodities are there which are allowed. And if we'll see the figure wise, mostly from the Thane and the Bhiwandi and Navi Mumbai area, applications were come from the entrepreneurs and the most of the permissions were given. Now as on date, there are 14,000 units are in the production in MMR area, we can say, and 19,000 applications we have for which we have given the permission. This is a huge figure we are coming out in this during this 2-3 lockdowns. Sir, secondly, I want to say in this lockdown containment zone. For the containment zone, every district administration has to collect the figure from the municipal corporation and declare the containment zone. The containment zone, because from the containment zone, employee or the employer cannot have the freedom to move from the containment zone. Therefore, we have to take care from our employee whether they are from the containment zone or not. During this lockdown, this concept is very clearly mentioned by the Government of India as well as by the state government, because containment zone may be changed periodically as per the patients increasing or decreasing. Containment zone may be withdrawn or omitted by the respective municipal corporation, local municipal corporation or council, and they are supposed to monitor it and report to district administration. While 3rd May 2019 order, district administration is Thane, I am having a figure, there are 294 containment zones has been declared by the different corporations, that is Thane, Navi Mumbai, Mira Bhayandar, Kalyan Dombivli, Ulhasnagar. But still, the permissions we are issuing, there is a smooth operation. The MIDC portal is very versatile, very user friendly, and people are taking the benefits of it. Vehicle passes are also generating, and our suggestion is this: the employee from the different areas, instead of different areas, we have to combine the employee from the nearby areas from the destination of the industry. That will be suffice the purpose of the industry, and phase wise, if the industry can be started, it will be more beneficial for the employer also and the employee also. And the necessary necessary health care or the disinfection, like disinfection, provision of the mask, health checkup, that is to be taken care of by the employer. It is there. If we'll see the MMR area, in the MMR area, mostly all sort of industries are allowed in Wada, Khalapur, Khopoli, Wasi, Virar outside the municipal corporation area, Tarapur MIDC area, Ambernath MIDC area, Gurgaon Badlapur MIDC area, outside the Bhiwandi, I was just said outside of the Bhiwandi municipal corporation area. Then Murbad MIDC, Shahapur private industrial estate is there. So all sort of industries are now coming up with the permissions and have started their activities. So this is the overall scenario of the MMR. If the time prevails, I will also highlight on the industrial policy, what are the incentives for the industries for the MSMEs as well as large enterprises, but that is not the issue of today's webinar. Therefore, if the time permits, then we will also have some points regarding the industrial policy and the industrial incentives. Or as Dr. Mohad, we have discussed informally just before starting this webinar. So these are the incentives also to be must be conversant with the industries, because just a policy was launched, industrial policy was launched just 1 year before, and the peoples must be come for the different sort of incentive from starting of the industry to up to the setting up of their industries. This is somewhat from my side.
So thank you so much, Mr. Rajput. I think you should really, it would also be helpful to get only a broad, short outline of what kind of policies you have introduced to help MSMEs and in this situation, and just give a broad overview, and then later on maybe we could have questions to it, and then you could see if there's a more interest to go in detail.
So can I continue for the?
Yeah, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. The this incentive scheme is referred as a package scheme of incentive 2019. It is a regular incentives we are delivering to the all MSMEs as well as large enterprises. Again, according to for the incentive purpose, Government of Maharashtra or state government has classified the areas, that is a group A, group B, group C, group D, and D+. Group A means a industrially developed area. Group B means that it is also a developed area but less than A. Group C denotes the area which are less developed than those covered under group C, group B, and group D is the lesser developed area, and group D+ is the least developed area. As far as our Konkan region or Thane region is concerned, if we see the Thane district, most of the talukas, most of the blocks are comes under the A zone, that is the Thane, Kalyan, Ulhasnagar, Ambernath, Bhiwandi. In the B zone, Murbad block is coming, and in the C zone, Bhiwandi and Shahpur. If we'll see the Palghar district, Vasai Palghar comes under the A zone, Dahanu comes under the B zone, and the entire block of the Palghar districts are come under the D+ zone. That is a plus point for Mumbai and MMR entrepreneurs are concerned. And accordingly, Jawar, Mokhada, Talasari, Wada, Vikramgarh, in which the most of the incentives are giving from our side. In the Raigad district, you will see Alibag, Uran, Panvel, Karzat, Khalapur, Pen, Roha. This comes under the A zone. Ali and Sudhagad, it comes under the B zone. And Karzat, Mahad, Mangaon, Murud, these blocks are comes under the C zone. For the MSMEs, there are different incentives are there. If we'll see for the MSMEs, for the A zone, there are no any incentive. But for the B zone, if we'll see for the MSMEs, there are 30% of the total fixed capital investment. Means if we're having a 10 crore fixed capital investment, 3 crore incentives we are delivering, and which will be in terms of the basket for the like GST refund, you can say interest subsidy, power tariff subsidy, then waiver of the stamp duty, etc. And it is for the 7 years. Means these incentives which we are sanctioning, it will be divided into 7. For every year, it will be delivered to the respective unit. If we'll see for the C zone, it will be 40% of the fixed capital investment. For the D zone, it is a 50%. For the D+, it is a 60%. And for 10 years, means 10 years is the eligibility period. He can avail those incentives for the year of 10 years. There is also yearly cap. This is for the, in nutshell, it is for the MSMEs. In last industrial policy, if we'll see from 2013 or you can say 2007 or 2001 policy, no any incentives were for the large enterprises, large scale industries in age zone. Now in this policy, we are giving the incentives for the large enterprises, mean large scale industries, but condition is mentioned that they must have the fixed capital investment is up to 750 crore. 750 crore or 1000 employment, either or, for which it is referred as a large enterprises for the A zone. For the B zone, if we see that A and B for 750 crore, sorry, and for the C zone, it is a 500 crore or 750 is the employment. For the D zone, it is a 250 crore or 500 is the employment. For the D plus, it is a 150 crore or the 400 employment. That is the minimum qualifying fixed capital investment limit for this zone wise. And for which A and B, for only LSI, 25% of the fixed capital investment is the incentives which the state government is giving in terms of the you can say GST refund. For the incentive period is for 7 years. For the C zone, if we'll see, it is a 40% and incentive period is of 7 years. For the D zone, it is a 60% and incentive period of the 7 years. D plus, it is a 70% of the fixed capital investment. C, 70% of the fixed capital investment, and for the 7 years. D plus area is again, I must say, that is the Wada, Talasari, Vikramgarh, Jawar. This area is a very vibrant area for the industrial development purposes concerned. And therefore, these are the incentive. Apart from this, if we'll see the exemption for the electricity duty, for the electricity duty for the C, D plus area is only for electricity duty exemption is there. Waiver of stamp duty for the large enterprises, waiver of stamp duty is a large enterprises for 50% for the first lease and conveyance deed only.
So Mr. Rajput, I think we have to cut a little bit short because of time. So where can we get those informations? And I would suggest maybe the chamber get in contact with you, and we should make a kind of an interview and publish it on the website or as also in our magazine, because I think what you are saying is really valuable, because in those times all of the countries would be very grateful to get all kind of helps which are available at the moment.
Yeah, this information you will get from our office, from the respective district industry center, and as well as from the Directorate of Industries, which is our head office at Mumbai, new administrative building.
I think we will get back to you on more details on this and find another way to communicate it to all our members, because I have to look a little bit for time because we already started with a delay. So sorry for interrupting here.
No,
but
no
I like
problem.
to
Just
give the word now to Mrs. Devraj. Ms. Devraj, you're still with us?
Sir, is it audible now for everyone?
Yes, you're audible. We are all excited.
So,
Please go ahead.
as per as hello. Hello. Can you hear me, sir? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you. Please go ahead, Mrs. Devraj.
Yeah, sir. So, as far as Mumbai is concerned, there are two districts are there, Mumbai City and Mumbai Suburban are there. Both of these districts are covered under MCGM. So, under lockdown conditions, there are few strict norms are governed for these two areas. We have industrial patches in our district at Andheri, Sips, Mumbai, but As per the new guidelines that is given by the state government on 2nd May 2020, that our uh, district is considered as a red zone, and hence the as per clause 7(2)(b), there are only essential commodities. Then the factories who are in continuous continuous processes, then the factories involved in supply chain, then packaging. Also, the units in manufacturing of IT hardwares are allowed. And I would like to highlight one more order that has been given by the state government dated 11th of May, wherein there are few commodities are added in essential commodities. One is the diamond, which is diamond and gems and in this as per this 11th of May notification. So these are the eligible activities under the manufacturing and services for Mumbai. There, as far as MIDC portal is concerned, we have total given 4,300 plus permissions through this, and the factories have already started their units. And the major concerns right now, those are for ongoing of their ongoing of their activity, is that commutation of worker is the major concern. As far as for example, as local trains are not available, so this is the major issue. But the factory owners and with the help of other machineries, we are trying to sort out this particular issue. So this is all about uh, what is being done under lockdown situations. There are a few representations from the exporter side that few units, those are not involved in essential commodities, they are requesting for export commodities. So let us see what will be the further guidelines in lockdown 4 that we are waiting for. So this is briefly what is the scenario in Mumbai district. And um, if there are queries, then I will be happy to answer those queries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Devraj. I would like now to hand over to Mrs. Monas. She has screening the incoming questions and will put them forward to all of you panelists. Monas?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Mohad. A very good evening to everyone. Our first question is, how is MIDC dealing with extensions of lease transfer orders? Is this also happening online? The question is from Evonik India Private Limited.
This was a question for MIDC, I understand, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
Dr. Anbalagan, are you still there? Hello, Dr. Anbalagan?
Yes, yes, I'm here. Yes.
Shall I repeat the question for you?
I was on call. One more call. Just.
Yeah, please repeat the question.
Sure. The question is from Evonik India Private Limited. How is MIDC dealing with extensions of lease transfer orders? Is this also happening online?
Which extension? Which extension? Which transfer?
Lease transfer orders.
That is happening online. That is happening.
It is happening online. All right.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
to apply it, and people are there to process it. People are attending office, so that will be done now. So, MIDC
All right.
is back to the business as usual.
Thank you so much. The next question is from Bruckner Machinery and Service India Private Limited. What steps Government of Maharashtra will take to revive manufacturing activities in the Thane Belapur MIDC, where many plots are lying idle? Area strategically located near the Nhava Sheva port, where highly skilled technical and managerial manpower near to the Mumbai region.
There are like, it's more of a generic question, but still I'll attempt to answer.
Thank you.
With regard to first, I'll come to like Nausheva or maybe like JNPT. So JNPT itself has a special economic zone, which almost close to around 250 acres of land in a special economic zone. So they also, I also told them that instead of auction, particularly for FDI companies or bigger investment, they should try to allot online, like direct allotment. So that is one which is coming up. Secondly, also road connectivity to JNPT is also being like, I would say, not restored, it's been like done in a very better manner. And Navi Mumbai SEZ, which is almost close to around, we would have 50,000 acres. That is also in the process of getting like its original state. So soon the government will. There is also expert committee working on that, particularly for all the big bits of like one of that is Navi Mumbai SEZ. I also just look out if you want. Like dust is Navi Mumbai SEZ, which like it's going to be like revived. Then also the Pune Biotech Park, Badwan Port Project, Ratnagiri Refinery. These are all the all in the consideration. Megan, Revas, all the things being like consideration, except Ratnagiri Refinery project, which is more of a like political. I will not be able to say anything. Rest of the projects are like on track, I would say. We got PTC, like Trans-Thane big industrial area, Thane Belapur industrial area belt, particularly for the vacant part, also come up with an amnesty scheme that like first of that's the scheme there, where even the developer who is coming forward to develop it for IT and yes, it will be like given some sort of concession even if they have done with the development period. Those things are also there. Maybe we can circulate that. Once that decision is done, we will circulate that. Apart from that, from the current lockdown, there is also an attempt in a similar way to like PCMC. We are trying to get some sort of like revival for TTC area.
Okay, sir. So the next question is something similar. So perhaps you could take this in line with that. We have a manufacturing factory in Rabale, MIDC, Navi Mumbai. Can we start on 18th May? That is the question. And the second part of the question is, if we are not allowed to start on 18th May, can we dispatch our ready machines to customers? What would be the procedure in case if they are not allowed to start? The factory is located in Rabale, MIDC, Navi Mumbai.
Principally, transportation of the goods are allowed across the country. The containment zones across the country. Transportation of the goods from the warehouse, also from the factory site. There are any specific instances we will try to trouble. Trying to get overall, I would say, orders for Navi Mumbai and TTC. Let us wait for a day or so, like maybe tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. The next question. We are an MSME and an ITES company located in Thane, and we wish to keep the office open with minimum staff. What kind of support could we get from DIC in order to get permission from Thane Municipal Corporation for our office as well as employees?
Rajput, तुम्ही सांगणार आहे?
sir. Again, for the IT ITS, if it comes under the essential services, the necessary permission that IT ITS unit can take from the MIDC portal. But as far as this lockdown is concerned, for the non-essential IT ITS, work from home, most of the IT ITS units are means in function by giving the permission to their employee to work from home, and for the work from home there is no necessity of the permission, and from the municipal corporation there is no any provision to take the permission from the municipal corporation for the IT as well as for the manufacturing enterprises, manufacturing industries. Dedicatedly MIDC portal is there.
Okay, sir. So the next question is also based from Navi Mumbai, and they are an Indo-German technical training company. From when can educational institutions' technical training classes be resumed?
No, again the government will take call on this for the technical or for the education institution and all these things. Let us wait for some days or for this end of this lockdown. What will be the government will take decision on it. At present, there is no any permission.
Okay, sir. Thank you. The next question is from Pune. Do we need to obtain the permission from district collector's office before resuming the work with 33% employee strength after relaxation of lockdown by Government of India or Government of Maharashtra?
I would say it's only the self-certification which they should be getting it from the MIDC portal. However, for the dedicated buses and passes, there is bit of resistance from the local police to issue through this, that we are trying to resolve it. But as far as starting the companies are concerned, absolutely our portal should be sufficient. There are no additional certificates or permissions required from collector.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So the next question is from a company based out of Taloja, Raigad district. Whether industries are permitted to manufacture and supply chemicals to industries involved in essential goods? And are they also permitted to sell chemicals to export-oriented and SEZ units? Do you need special separate permission from MIDC?
If the chemicals are being used in manufacturing essential commodity,
yes,
the answer is yes for all the three. All the three yes,
okay.
And only the self-certification from the MIDC portal is required.
Thank you. The next question is, how long does it take from applications to approval? Number of days, especially in the Navi Mumbai Nerul zone.
If it is like an essential commodity, it is already a permitted activity, or any supply chain within that essential commodity, in MIDC
Yes.
website it should not take more than maybe after the filing it should be automatic, maybe 10 seconds.
Okay, thank you. The next question is for Mr. Rajput. Mr. Rajput, can you elaborate a little on the recent financial aid announced by Nirmal Sitharaman for MSMEs, especially in Maharashtra?
Just recently, our finance minister defined the MSME means what are the changes in the definition in MSME. Earlier, there were 2 or 3 categories: micro, small, medium. Now also there are 3 categories: micro, small, medium. Earlier, there was a manufacturing enterprises having a micro enterprises. What is a micro enterprises? In which the definition, that is the plant and machinery cost, must be less than 25 lakhs. For the small enterprises, plant and machinery cost must be from 25 lakh to 5 crore. And for the medium enterprises, it was from 5 crore to 10 crore. For the service enterprises, investment is less than 10 lakhs for the equipment cost. For the small enterprises, equipment cost it was for less than 2 crore, and for the medium enterprises, it was equipment cost less than 5 crore. Now it is club for the manufacturing and service enterprises. No any differentiate in manufacturing and service enterprises as far as the investment is concerned. Now for the micro enterprises, the investment is less than 1 crore. It falls in micro enterprises and it is linked with the turnover also, and turnover is less than 5 crore. For the small enterprises, and investment is less than 10 crore. Earlier it was less than 5 crore and turnover is less than 50 crore. And for the medium enterprises, earlier it was less than 10 crore, now it is less than 50 crore. And turnover is up to 100 crore. Means now it is linked with the turnover as well as the investment in plant and machinery. That is the definition prescribed by the Government of India. Then the guidelines or the detailed description is yet to be received from the Government of India. But as far as the MSME is concerned, for the stressed MSMEs, from the banking point of view, Government of India will facilitate the provision of the 20,000 crore for the subordinate debt. Means as per the RBI definition, which loans comes under the subordinate debt as per the banking definitions concerned, those will be benefited, and around about 2 lakhs MSME will be benefited as per the Government of India's means finance minister's speech is concerned. Then collateral free automatic loans for the business including MSMEs means collateral free. At present, the collateral security is asking by the bankers in many of the cases, but now during this COVID-19 package is concerned, no guarantee fee or no fresh collateral is required for the credit loan is concerned for the businesses or for the MSMEs from the bank. And the loans to have 4-year tenor, that is a 4-year moratorium period is concerned, means repayment period is there, and moratorium period of 12 months on the principal repayment. These are the primary benefits which are to be extended to the MSMEs. And for the as far as tendering is concerned, global tender for up to 200 crore, it is waived now. The MSMEs will take participation in that one. And as far as delayed payment is concerned, one more point I would like to add. One delayed payment is concerned, it is also announced that from the public sector and from the state government and the central government, the payment will be delivered to the MSMEs, which is connected to the MSME, will be delivered within the 45 days. That is there.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for this detailed response. The second question is also addressed to you. What is the status on the Vasai area Valiv for starting of work? The VVMC has denied giving permission since 13th May. Will the MIDC self-declaration from Palghar district hold true for start of work for deliveries for pre-monsoon works on site?
Regarding Vasai Municipal Corporation, Vasai Virar Municipal Corporation is concerned, in the Vasai Municipal Corporation, all over in the corporation area, more than 10,000 MSMEs are there. 10,000 MSMEs, vibrant MSMEs are there. And out of 10,000, round about 300 MSMEs, we have given the permission through MIDC portal. As far as your
Yes.
second question is regarding the Vasim Municipal Corporation, the permission from the
Yes.
Vasim Municipal Corporation, we have continuously have a dialogue with the Vasim Municipal Corporation. I have talked with the Additional Commissioner, Vasim Municipal Corporation, Deputy Commissioner Municipal Corporation. As I explained them, there is a dedicated MIDC portal for the manufacturing enterprises. There is no necessity of the corporation to issue a NOC again or to issue a permission again. Means two permissions, one from the MIDC, another from the corporation, and they have principally agreed and they have stopped from the just 2 days before that exercise.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The next question.
Well, I will intervene for a second. Raj,
Yes, sir, certainly.
if you have any issue with Vasai, just let me know. I think new commissioner is very good friend of mine. So
Sir, okay, just they have asked this question because from last 2 days, 3 days, we are in the touch with the municipal commissioner office, that additional municipal commissioner. My request to
Sir,
you is also there, sir. Hello.
Sir, just a minute. This is Vijay Patil, sir, designated officer, Palghar.
tell me.
Sir, 2-3 days back, Krishna sir spoke with Commissioner sir, and he has agreed that MIDC permissions will be valid. I think the question she asked was the permissions for constructions in the municipal corporation region, not MIDC permissions. These permissions are being given, sir, on a regular basis. More than around 3,000 to 4,000 MSMEs have taken permission.
No,
So,
Vijay.
and there was a issue. There was issue regarding this thing that municipal corporation guys, they were asking for some other permission. We discussed it, and Krishna sir had a discussion with sir commissioner, and it is resolved now.
Still, I am saying Rajput. Still, you have any issue with Vasai Virar? Let me know. I will talk.
Yeah, sir. There another question is regarding engineering units, which are the vendors of the Mahindra and Mahindra, as well as Tata Motors. As Mahindra and Tata Motors now they are permitted to operate, and these are the vibrant vendors since last so many years. And Vasai Virar in the municipal corporation will see the industrial belt, sir. They are having a life of from last 35 years. They are doing the jobs, and they are since for the maintenance and all these things, they want the permission. They are just we told them कि भाई 2-3 दिन रुक जाओ, लेकिन हम देखते हैं क्या अभी अगले लॉकडाउन में क्या होता है. इससे for the Vasai municipal cup, as it falls under the MMR municipal corporation area. That is their somewhat concern for the engineering unit is concerned. And secondly, sir, the one more question regarding the raw material. As Kalamboli area in the Raigad district, which falls under the Mumbai Municipal Corporation, raw material bank or for the mild steel, somewhat that area is to be permitted to because all of the MMR areas, engineering unit as well as stainless steel industries are concerned. This area is to be open for the trading purpose. That is their demand from all industries, from the Khalapur, you can say Tarapur, Wada, Vasai, Ambarnath. So that also issue we have to see, sir. Hello.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen. Can I go on to the next question, please?
Okay.
Okay. So the next question. We carry out valuation of collateral assets for banks. Many essential companies are looking for additional capital from banks. How can we go there? How can we go there for valuation of these assets? I believe this is a question for Mr. Rajput, and this is involving movement of people.
Now, regarding the collateral, there is a Miss Government of India already announced that collateral free loans for the businesses for the MSMEs, and one more that is a scheme is already in the existing, that is CGT MSE, that is a credit guaranteed trust for the micro and small enterprises. Up to 2 crore loan facility, there is a no necessity for any collateral presently. This is the new guidelines, which is a new announcement which is made by the Government of India, but already existence in the existence CGT MSE is there. The regular MSME holder can take the advantage of it.
क्योंकि अभी we have to wait for 1 or 2 days. हमारे प्रयत्न की like more like regular line of PCMC Mumbai में भी with restricted staff.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Next question. Please let us know when will the courier services be allowed to work? Only Blue Dart and FedEx are working right now.
तो करेंगे but उसको officially कुछ तो नहीं चर्चा में we are trying to.
Let us see the we'll take the call from the government, because in the 2-3 days the new guidelines will come for the next lockdown. Let us see for that.
Okay, sir. Moving on. Can exporters manufacturing textiles, especially ready-made garments, start production in Mumbai district and Navi Mumbai area? Tamil Nadu has permitted start of units with 33% staff.
आपको बोल रहा हूँ, ठीक है?
So may I reply this, Rajput sir?
Yes.
Sir, in Mumbai particularly, as we are categorized under red zones, and textile comes under in red non-essential product. So right now it is not allowed, though they are exclusively manufacturing it for export. So this is current, as per current notification.
And same is applicable for the Navi Mumbai also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The question was for Mumbai district and Navi Mumbai area.
Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation, it comes under the MMR Municipal Corporation. Whatever the rules applicable for the Mumbai Metropolitan Mumbai Municipal MCGM, same is right now applicable for the Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation areas.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Next question. When will MIDC start allotment of new plots?
It's more generic. They're more generic. The process is already on. Today also we had a LAC. Yesterday also we had a land allotment committee meeting. The process already on.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Next question. Is there any notification regarding private offices in BMC area to be permitted to function from 18th May?
It is not currently. So the answer of this question is no.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Devra. That will also suffice. Okay. Next question. Is it necessary to get vehicle pass from police even though you have permission from MIDC to operate?
It is not. See, as per the requirement of the notification, no. It is to be applied to the collector portal, where collector or inspector commander gives the document. It is again applied to the vehicle portal.
Okay, sir.
Somewhere we are trying to respond.
All right. Next question. When will you allow use of personal car for transporting to factory in Chakan, Pune industrial area?
From Pune, not allowed, but from PCMC now the 4-wheelers are allowed. Let us wait for a day or so. So at least from PCM area, now the four-wheelers for the factory owners and staff is been allowed as per the notification. There are such things at the ground. We are trying to like.
Thank you. Next question. How can DIC help us in getting permission to move our engineers to those industries in Thane district?
I'm not getting question. Means permission of engineers means what?
Permission. DIC help us in getting the permission to move our engineers to those industries in Thane district. Engineers as support staff.
Oh,
Or
no. Moment passes are supposed to issue from the MIDC portal.
okay.
The engineers and all this engineers comes under the employee category, no?
Yes.
So through MIDC portal only this treatment will be there.
All right. Thank you so much. Next question. Will restaurants be allowed to be operated in Navi Mumbai area since MIDC starts operation? Many workers and transport employees depend on such restaurants.
No, in Navi Mumbai area, it comes under the municipal corporation restricted activities. If it comes under the essential, and secondly, municipal corporation will has to take the call. I think, sir, Sivo sir, am I right?
As of now, the activity is not allowed. Let us wait.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. Next question. We are a manufacturing company and situated in Kandivali Cooperative Society. We come under non-essential products. Could we be allowed or get work permission for 33% of employees?
No.
I think no.
Oh, no.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Next, when and how can we edit the list of employees list on the MIDC portal, as some workers, after being listed down on the portal, have fled back to their hometowns?
Vijay, to be
Yeah, sir. On MIDC portal, there are three parts actually: part A, part B, and employee vehicle pass. These are the three parts. So part A is only once you can fill. It has the total number of workers in the company and how many workers you require. Part B is the number of workers, those names of the workers you have to add in part B. So there is no restriction on how many times you can fill in part B. So for example, if you have 500 workers and of those you have requested 100 workers for the first time, then again, if from this 100, some of them have fled or they are not coming and you want to add another 50, you can fill in part B whenever you want.
Thank you. Thank you so much. When do we expect MIDC to be fully operational? Next question.
MIDC is fully operational. Like our pre-monsoon work, our construction activity started also. All the civil works are started. There are some issues within the TTC and other things. They are trying to mobilize the workforce for that. All the pre-monsoon activity started. As far as rest of the state is concerned, we have started, our office is running full, and now the regular functioning is started.
Okay, so the same person has again written, can we expect MIDC to come up with some relaxation to industry due to this COVID crisis?
Precisely, I would say, I don't know what exactly the relaxation he is meaning. There are certain decisions which we have taken, particularly from March, April, May. The water supply normally, which is being like I would say taxed that the minimum demand category. So that is being done away with. Actual consumption is being going to be like nature. That is one thing which I have already done. Like long back before the government takes the decision, we have issued a circular. One thing. Secondly, all those companies which are being like their due, I would say they are like due date falls in March, April, May for payment of various dues, particularly premium amount, part of the premium amount, all that being can be like rescheduled for another 3 months, like June, July, August. Third will be wherever these companies are like completing their development period in March, April, May. We call like development period. So all those such companies also will be given a rescheduling of June, July, August.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I have to go back to the previous question about the listing of workers. The same person has written, but if we have filled part B and then cannot amend their names anymore, what is further advised?
You can fill another part B again. There is no
Another
restriction,
part B.
only one part B. Yeah, you can fill in part B. It should not exceed the total number of employees which you have mentioned in part A. The total number of employees working in the factory, that should not be exceeded. And in case if you have filled in wrong information in part A and if you want to amend, please let us know. We can provide for that.
Yes, thank you so much. Next question. Are the post offices operational for our India Mail?
As of now, courier service, I think they are not functional, except that air cargo and other thing. I will check it up with post offices. Though our friends, particularly from Indian Postal Service, they are attending office. But let us check it up whether because there was a post in front of like a CST BMC building. One policeman was given that postal insurance or anything by a postman. So that was gone like viral. So it should be like functioning, but still I will check it up. Only maybe the financial and other.
I think medical related activities are operated through post office, not general.
May not be regular couriers. May not be regular.
Regular couriers are not there at present.
Question. Is essential service of manufacturing companies allowed near containment zone?
See, within containment zone, it is not allowed. Nearing containment zone is more of like ambiguous term, but sometimes local authorities may put some restriction. Let us be like there are any specific instances we can also try to intervene, but generally activities within the containment zone are restricted. The moment you come out of the containment zone, there should not be any restriction for essential commodities.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you. This has been the last question of the evening so far. And since we do not have so many questions, either we can have the speakers to give a final comment, or Dr. Mohad, you can give us the vote of thanks.
Okay. Is there anything to add from you, Dr. Anbalagan, Mr. Rajput, or Mrs. Devraj?
Yeah, I would say like typically though we have done that export related unit for the diamond and jewelry component in our web portal. The moment that the government comes up with whatever like amendment, within 3 to 4 hours we should be able to accommodate in the web portal so that companies can apply for a self-certificate.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Rajput?
Sir, anything regarding the incentives state government as well as government of India is concerned, the MSME sector from your side or the industrialist or the entrepreneurs may contact to our office. We will definitely able to help them at this COVID-19 this period, because people may have the questions regarding the incentives or the delayed payment is concerned. We have already started these activities on the regular basis.
Thank you very much. Mr. Rajput, I would like to suggest that you will get the phone numbers and the persons to contact or the websites.
I will share after this webinar
to the IGCC, and then we will communicate it to all the member companies and participants of this evening.
Yeah, sure, sir, sure.
So, Mrs. Devraj? Mrs. Devraj, one final, or your phone is unmuted. A fine comment from your side too? So she might have left. So then I would like to conclude today's session, which is a Friday, which is normally. Mrs. Devraj, you are back. Please, please. I also wanted to ask you to give a final comment, please.
So in Mumbai particularly, let us see what relaxation are there in lockdown 4, so that more industries can start, particularly in MIDC area particularly. And apart from that, we have more, see, as the MSMEs are more stressed now due to this lockdown and major idle state, then delayed payment, as stated by Rajput sir, we have functioning of facilitation council in all regions, so the MSMEs can apply through the Samadhan portal, so that their delayed payment, there is a facilitation council, the council will help them to sort out this delayed payment issue. So that is one submission from my side.
So thank you very much. This was also a new information, at least for me. And we also will try to contact you and then communicate the contact data or the contact details on if there are further questions to you or this council you just mentioned to our members. So let me conclude by thank you all for joining us tonight again. It was very constructive. We picked up many individual questions, but of course it's always important to get a contact and to see who are the experts we can address to. And I find it quite enlightening, Dr. Ambalgan. There is a question for new plots. You see that even during these difficult times, companies obviously are thinking ahead already in expansion mode. I found it very encouraging sign of the optimistic we all share for still the future and the economic development and prosperity of India. And we all hope that this is just a period we all go over. Of course, we all have to work together jointly, and I think it's going to be achieved that the business comes back in the integrated environment where customers, suppliers, logistics are all able to work again seamlessly, because that is basically the challenge. You cannot have piecemeals, as I understand from many our industries. Of course, all of this has to be done outside the containment zone, because this will still be the #1 issue for us to come, that we limit the containment of the pandemic. But I'm quite optimistic that also India will overcome this soon, as we see it in other parts of the country. So thank you again. I'd like also to thank you again to all those from industry who joined us and submitting their questions. Please also from the participants feel free to contact IGCC to put forward your questions. We will pre-screen them. If you cannot answer them, we will put you in contact with all the government representatives here tonight. And all you, dear panelists, thank you so much for joining once again, for all the support we are getting outside these panels and webinars, of course, in daily business to our companies. And I wish you all, of course, a very good evening. Stay healthy, stay safe. Stay safe.
Dr. Mohad, Mr. Steinrucker would also like to say a few words.
Okay. Then, of course, that was it from my side. Looking forward to reconnect with you soon, maybe next week when we have a new situation. And now I hand over to Mr. Steinrucker.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jürgen. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for participating in our webinar today. I thank our friends from the government, especially Mrs. Devraj, Dr. Anbalagan, and Mr. Rajput for their valuable input. It's remarkable to see how even in the smallest areas you are experts in the field and how you can answer every question, and you answered every question. This is very much appreciated because we need this support in the day-to-day challenges that the companies have. And it is critical for all of us, as I mentioned in the beginning, to get the companies back on track because without work, it is very difficult to survive. I'm not sure whether I mentioned at the beginning, there is a good news also from one of the German flagship companies, and that is Lufthansa. Lufthansa yesterday announced that they are planning to restart regular flights from Mumbai to Frankfurt and to Zurich, beginning of June, 3 times a week. And I think that is a very good and important sign that things are getting back to normal somehow. Because for India, it is absolutely critical to be linked to the world, because India is an integral part of the world economy in the meantime. And when Prime Minister Modi has announced that India should be more self-sustainable, that certainly does not mean that India doesn't want to be a part of the global economy, because India is an important source for many, many products in the world. Look at pharmaceuticals, for instance, but also many, many other parts where the world is depending on supplies from India. And actually, the Indian government wants German companies and other companies to look at India even more favorable when it comes to be a part of the global supply chain. And for global supply chain, it is absolutely critical that people can fly, that people can go from one country to the other. And that is why I think it's an important and very good sign that Lufthansa has now announced that they want to restart regular flights. So therefore, we have to be strong on the ground, and this is where you are supporting us, but we have also to be strong in the air. And this is where Lufthansa is trying to support the development. Indo-German Chamber of Commerce, of course, is a strong supporter of the industry, of our members, but also of non-members. So please contact us, even with outside webinars like this, where you can pose your questions. You can always access us, and together with the consulate in the region here, we are trying hard to help you in your challenges and struggles with the coronavirus. It's a long struggle, but we will get out of it. This last Friday, we celebrated 75 years of the Second World War, of the end of the Second World War, 75 years of peace. This year, we are celebrating 30 years of German reunification. So therefore, in the world, in Germany, we have gone through a lot over these long, long years. And also India has come a long way. So therefore, I'm absolutely positive that also this coronavirus, we will be able to come through it, we will manage. And India might be, and I've mentioned that earlier, an integral part of the solution, because an Indian company, the Serum Institute of India in Pune, is on the forefront of developing a vaccine together with the University of Oxford. And if that is successful, it might be a boost for the Indian biotech and pharma industry, like the Y2K was for the Indian IT industry. And therefore, I'm quite optimistic that India can get out of this crisis stronger, and we together should be able to manage. It is, of course, a question of conviction, a question of hard work, a question of willpower and strength. And there, I'm confident that India and Germany together will be successful. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 3 minutes ahead of time. This is what we call German Pünktlichkeit. Thank you very, very much for joining. See you soon again.